Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Million Wealth Zone. My name is Julius Olutoku. Today, we're going to be looking at a very, very important topic. And the topic today is understanding money. Understanding money. Now, a lot of people want to have money, but they don't understand it. Now, the question is, you want to have something and you don't understand it. How do you want to have it? It's like wanting to speak English without understanding the alphabet. You don't know ABC and you want to speak English. You want to write English. You want to have a good command of English. It's not possible. You've got to be a witchcraft or a wizard to be able to speak a language without understanding the alphabet. So for you to be able to have money, you need to understand it. Now, I'm going to bring something to your attention here as we continue. A lot of people understand currency, but they don't understand money. Because money is different from currency. Currencies are part of money, but they are not the whole money. When you talk about money, you talk about value, you talk about items, you talk about substances, you talk about gold, your silver, you talk about the shells that we were using in the olden days. Those are money. Money is a concept, it's an idea. Money is a system. That's money. Money is a medium of exchange. Money is a standard of payment. Meanwhile, currency is just an item. It could be digital or tangible or physical currency. So a currency is just a part of money. It's not the real money. So we have the pound, we have the dollar, we have the yen, we have the naira. These are currencies. However, money is a medium of exchange. Money is something you can use to add value. My phone could be my money. My cloth could be my money. In the days of trade by barter, there were no currencies, but there were monies. So we use the items in order to exchange a value. So money is anything you could use to exchange a value. Now, how do I understand money? Well, like I said earlier on, if you don't understand money, then you cannot have it. You understand? I can speak German now because I don't understand the German alphabet. If I understand the alphabet, I'll speak it fluently. I'll have a good command of it. I'll be able to write it. I'll be able to read it. So I've got 7 things you need to know here in order to understand money. The first thing you have to do is to overcome bad money habits. Some people think that money is meant to be spent. That is an error. That's a complete error. Bad money habit is to allow money to direct you, money to motivate you, money to lead you. Money is a bad master but a good servant. If you allow money to lead you, or to influence you, or to motivate you, you might end up making catastrophic error in the area of finance. So you need to be able to overcome bad money habits. Some people tell me, I'm going for a window shopping, and they end up buying the things that they really don't need. They fail the test of money. There are tests of money, of how to keep money, how to save money, how to budget money, and how to spend money. The spending part is the last part of it. How to keep money, how to save money, how to budget, and how to spend. The spending is this last part. But a lot of people spend first, before they budget, before they save, before they keep. You understand? They turn it upside down. So they do not understand money. So they have bad money habits. All of us have it. I remember I was younger, 1992, and I thought I was earning 900 naira. I was in Nigeria then. And 900 naira now is less than a pound. But then it was good money. 1992, 900 naira should be close to probably about $600 or $700. I'm not sure, but it should be close to that. I was earning that and I felt I was not earning enough money, so I couldn't save. Down the line, 1995, 3 years after, I was earning 5,000 naira a month and I was still not saving. because of the bad habits. Number one, I eat out because I felt I had money. I was leaving my parents out, so I was eating out. Number two, anything that I see, I pay for it. Even those things I don't need, I pay for it. Those are bad money habits. I do not have a structured saving and investment plan then. And I remember in the spring of 1995, I told myself, I was in my office that day, I wanted to eat. And I remember I said, I was earning 900 naira 3 years ago. Now this 5,000. And I do not have an account. I drove to the first bank in a place called Falomon in Ikoyi. I drove down there and I opened an account. The guy, the staff was telling me, yo, you got no ID, you've got no passport photo. I said, just take this money, fill this form, put it in an account. I don't need to withdraw it. Anytime I bring my ID, finalize the account. You understand? That day, I overcame one bad money habit, but we have many. Living a life beyond our means, spending everything that we have, trying to get the validation of others by the things we buy, buying things on finance, borrowing money to spend, that is consumer debts. These are all bad money habits. So you need to learn to overcome bad money habits. Number two, you need to develop a mindset that attracts wealth. Wealth to me is a spirit, and you've got to develop the mindset that attracts it. The Holy Book says in Proverbs 23 and verse 7, it says, for as he thinks in his heart, so is he. This has happened to me many years ago. I think that was 2010. I wrote down a specific amount of money I want to be making every year. That which I wrote down was about times 4 of my income. A bit over times 4 of my income then. And after about 7 or 8 years, I started making it. So you need to develop a mindset. Don't think about what you are earning now. Think about what you want to earn. So develop a mindset that attracts wealth. Number 3, you need to define wealth and financial freedom. What's financial freedom to you? To me, financial freedom is being independent of my time, being able to use my time the way I want to the development of my life. That's number 1. Number 2, financial freedom means to me helping the less privileged. Number 3, financial freedom to me means being able to look after my family. And number 4, financial freedom to me means that being able to leverage on my business and improve it with the little that I have. And finally, financial freedom to me means being able to invest and save every month. These are the 5 things that I consider to be financial freedom and wealth. So you need to be able to define wealth and financial freedom. Another thing that I'm going to talk about wealth is, to me, wealth is being able to set up a system that generates money even when I'm not there. That's wealth. If I have to be there to make money, if I have to use my time to make money, I don't see that as being wealthy. You understand? Because I'm still mortgaging my time. I'm still exchanging my time for money. But once I put a system together and that system generates the money, even if I go on holiday, say for about 2-3 months, the system generates the money. To me, that's wealth. So you need to be able to define wealth and financial freedom. Most people have not defined these, so they will end up working and until they retire. And when they retire, they find out that life does not become easy. It becomes a bit more stressful because you're not getting as much as you were getting before, and you need to spend and keep up with life. Number 4, we're looking at understanding money. You need to look within. Look, the money you want, the money you desire, the money you're projecting, the money you're envisaging is within you. What do I mean by that? That money is in the proximity of your thoughts. It's in the proximity of your relative, your friends, your acquaintances. If you're a Christian, your church, and if you're a Muslim, your mosque. The people you know, they hold the key to that money. But you need to look at them and think, what can I offer these people? What service can I provide unto these people? I remember I thought many years ago, 2009, when I was starting my training company, I said, what service can I provide to the people around me? I remember I went to a place called the Job Center in Wakefield. And I saw this guy, born in the city, who could not read and write. And he was asking me questions. And what did they say? I'll tell him. I will read it for him. I will tell him. And he will say, can you help me to write it? Then when he asked me the third time, I asked him, can you not read? He said, no, I can't. I didn't feel offended. And I thought I was going home on that day. So there are people here who grew up here, who are in their 20s or 30s, who cannot read. Then I met a few people who wants to learn, who were asking me, can you help me to complete form? Can you help me to fill this form? Can you help me to do this? So I organized a class, a free class. And I ran that free class for about 2 years, helping people to read and write, to complete forms, to do all this for about 2 years. So you must be ready to give something for nothing. You must be ready to volunteer because you look within. There's something within you that sew a cloth, design something, give it to someone, say, I want to give you as a gift. And they come back to you and they say, how did you get this? And you say, oh, I make it. If you want, I can make something for you. That's how the Hawaii garment started in America. A woman who was a single mother at home who was not working made a garment, gave it to a friend. Somebody saw it on her friend and said, who made that garment for you? So he made for that person too. Another person saw it on them and he said, oh, I can make for you if you give me so amount of money. And that's how Hawaii garment, a multi-million pound, $1 company started. So look within you and do something for nothing. Number 5, understand the power of consistency. Consistency is a rule of the game. I spoke earlier on. I said, I volunteer, or I was running these training services for 2 years without earning a dime. You understand? But I was consistent about it. Now, there's a part of that training I've stopped about 4 or 5 years ago after COVID. People still consult me. They still come to me for it. In the city where I am, people still come to me. When they think about it, even last week, somebody was still talking to me about it. We want to do this. So I refer them to some other people who are doing it now because I'm so busy. I don't have that. I don't have the time for that now. They still come to me for that. So consistency is a rule of the game. You need to understand the power of consistency. You cannot do it once and hit it once. You understand? And people that do that, you end up in the hands of fraudsters. They will defraud your money. So this crypto, put money into it and you put your life saving into it, it's going to go. You understand? That system that you think you are buying into a fraud. And can I tell you, when Christmas approaches, a lot of them arise. I was taking a seminar last week in a group. A group invited me for a seminar in a city called Leeds. And somebody was telling me, I invested to this program in China. They're going to be giving me this every month. And everybody laughed because his money is gone. He's not going to get anything. You need to do it and be consistent about it. Number 6, you need to value patience. Good things come to those who wait. When you plant a tree, it takes a time. Even the least is the corn tree. The corn, if you plant it takes about 3 months, so you need patience. And remember, once you harvest your corn, the tree dies. The lifespan is short. But when you plant a coconut, before you eat the first seed, it's going to be at least 2-3 years. In fact, some is about 5 years. But that coconut tree can live for 50 years, can live for 60 years. So value patience. We say in those that the patient dog eats the fattest bone. Value patience. Don't be in a hurry. Nothing good happens in a hurry. And finally, number 7, I call this OPM. OPM. Other people's money. What do I mean by that? Once your business or your investment thrives and is growing, and you are sure this is foolproof. You're sure this is not going to fail. Then you can ask your friends and family to invest in you, and you promise them a return. It's other people's money. You can use that. But before you take other people's money, make sure you have run your business for at least 5 years. I advise you to do that. Make sure you run it for 5 years. I do a program now. I advise some of my proteges on stocks to buy. I say, buy that, buy this. And they do it and it works for them. You understand? Because I've done it over and over and over. If they make money from me, some of them, they give me something. I don't ask for it. Some of them will feel, oh, it's okay, you advise me. I'm not asking for it. I'm just saying you can use other people's money in order to be able to scale up. So these are the things you need to do if you really want to understand money. Money is not difficult. Money is easy to be understood, but you need to follow these processes. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next episode.